Hi everybody, welcome back to Majestic Collectibles. As you can see, a little bit of a different look. Pardon the mess in the background that's actually cleaned up. You can see from the pop figures. Oh, there we go. See, I'm not even used to this. So you can see there, that's where I shoot a lot of the YouTube videos. You've seen the box and openings and you know, like when I'm searching through comics, that's the pop wall, and you can see over there farther. Oh, move. There we go. So there's my photo booth, and well, just stuff all over the place. So I'm working on it. It's definitely an active situation here and listing stuff online. You know, this was going to be a eBay versus Mercari thing. I thought, nah, I didn't really want to go that route and make it adversarial. I think everybody's well aware of the tech issues with eBay at the moment. So, you know, we'll talk about that because you can't avoid it. Can't avoid it. I opened up my Mercari store maybe 6 weeks ago, I'm thinking. I have had some sales, haven't done a ton with it. There's a cap on how many things you can list, and we'll talk about that a little bit too. So first off, eBay update. It has picked up a little bit over the last couple of weeks. Well, probably about the last month. It's running right around, you know, a little under $200 a day, which is terrible. It's just terrible. It should be at the bare minimum 400, but it's not. And going into the fourth quarter, it should be 900 a day, 8 to 900 a day. I don't know. We'll see what happens on it. I had a pretty good day Sunday. Had a $500 day, which honestly is just average. Everything else, you know, it's gone down from $69. Then it goes to $135, $140, $149, drops to $53. It's got this heartbeat kind of pattern to the sales. Should not be that way. So something's still not super great. I don't know what it is anymore. I've given up. But when you have like a 48% revenue drop like I had, and this is my main source of income, I mean, this is my full-time job, that you're going to start looking to try and cover that gap, right? And this is the problem I think eBay's gotten themselves into, is they want professional sellers. Well, you want professional sellers and they can't sell, they can't find your listings, they can't check out. Whatever excuse they can come up with, it doesn't really matter. You're going to look to fill in those revenue gaps, and that's why I opened up a Mercari account. And it's been doing okay. You know, I can't list a lot of stuff. I don't know how many items I have to sell before they lift the listing cap. I have to look that up. I'm sure I saw it. I just don't remember. $328. That's total. That's not per day. That's over 12 sales. You know, it's. I got to tell you, I like it. And once the sales cap is lifted, I think I'm going to do a lot of listings on here. My average sale price is about $27, but I offer free ship. So a couple things about Mercari compared to eBay here. The photo editing on Mercari, if they're going to do one thing to improve, that would be my number one suggestion, is to improve the photo editor on here. The other suggestion, I cannot speak today. So the other suggestion on Mercari is their shipping's a little clunky. If it's over £1, I ship USPS priority mail almost exclusively. And if it's over £1, they just send a priority. So I could not find an option to use Ground Advantage. If anybody's on Mercari and can help me with that, absolutely let me know, because I have not been able to figure that out. If it's under £1, it doesn't seem to be a problem. You know, it'll ship it at the lower rate. So I don't know. I don't know what the reason is. So I do ship through Pirate Ship, and then I have to copy and paste the tracking number manually, and then let the buyer know manually that it's on the way. So it doesn't. Yeah, it's a little clunky that way. I think it's something they could probably fix pretty easy. The listing on Mercari compared to eBay is a whole lot simpler. The photo editing, you want good photos because it doesn't give you like the brightness and the contrast and the highlights that the eBay photo editor has. So they're going to have to be pretty good photos to start. There's not as much room for error, wiggle room, however you want to call it on that for Mercari. It's not bad. It's pretty simple to catch on, but it would be nice if you had a few more options, a little more forgiving there. Not very many item descriptions at all, which is fine. I don't miss typing in 20 different lines of stuff. The hashtags, they give you a hashtag bar. You can put in 5 hashtags on Mercari. I like that. I do wish eBay had that option, or would at least allow it in the listings or whatever. So I do think that's pretty nice. And the views are about the same. Now, Mercari, I've got some apparel, which I don't really mess with on eBay. And I've got those 50s and 60s pinup mags, which were either pulled down on eBay or eBay won't let me list, even though they don't violate eBay's policies, which is, another huge problem. A lot of sellers are going through right now is just all of a sudden stuff that is allowable is just getting taken down, and you're getting these threatening messages from eBay, which is not cool. Not cool, eBay. So they've sold, and the bundling on Mercari, holy smokes. So they just click on my listing. Somebody clicked on it, listed them all in a bundle, made me an offer, everything combined. That was wonderful. I have no idea why people can't do that on eBay. It was a slick operation to bundle that up and combine it all in one versus going through every single item on eBay, and then you have to, anyway, it was a lot simpler, a lot easier. So that's something that eBay really needs to figure out sometime soon. Overall, my problem with the Mercari versus eBay is, I've been looking at these cross-listing software programs, and maybe you guys can help me out with this. I've never used one. I sell in the antique malls. I do flea markets. I do conventions and shows. I don't just sit in front of a computer all day. And something's probably going to have to give, even if I do the cross-listing software, to try and make up for this lost eBay revenue. But it looks like $50 a month, whether it's Vendoo or List Perfectly. And those two seem to be, well, they have the biggest marketing budget, because everywhere you look, it's those two popping up. There are others. I don't know much about them. Any of them, I'm trying to figure that out right now. It looks like, if you sell something, you got to go into List Perfectly, click it, and then it'll remove it from all the other sites that it's listed on. My problem with that is if I'm selling, fourth quarter is even halfway average, and I'm doing 30 to 40 packages a day, I think it could be easy to miss something. And, by the time I get to it, as it's sold on another site, I don't know. I don't like the fact that it doesn't automatically remove that. So it's a lot of extra work there. And if you throw, well, I don't know. I mean, I've got 2,700 items listed on eBay right now. So would it be nice to have those on other platforms? Maybe. I mean, I want the sales. But if it's going to increase my workload by 30-40%, it's really not going to help me. You're eating that up with the time, because if you're taking all that extra time, you're not listing, you're not sourcing. I'm not doing shows. Something's going to have to give on that. And going into the fourth quarter experiment is kind of a double-edged sword. Yeah, I mean, it should give you a good idea. That's your best sales time of the year, is that holiday revenue. But it might be the hardest to work if you're not familiar with it, and that's kind of where I'm at. So if you have any information on some of this cross-listing stuff, gosh, let me know, guys. I'd be really interested in hearing your thoughts on that. Probably going to try it. I don't know which one to try. Everything's an infomercial out there. It's really hard to find somebody that says, "Hey, I tried this," and it wasn't given to them, or they weren't paid for it. So I don't know. I guess I'm a little leery there. You're getting kind of, just the one good side of it, the pretty side, not the downside. So I'd be interested in that, because, $600 a year on the low end and probably $900 on the high end if you want everything. with Vendu or List Perfectly, just looking at the cost structure. So not a huge amount of money, but I mean enough you don't want to screw it up and have to stop and go with somebody else, right? You want to get caught in that situation. So that'll be interesting going forward. Now I am going to be gone here for about 10 days. And I'm going up to New Hampshire, Vermont, and Maine. If anybody knows of any comic shops, flea markets, antique malls in that area, we're going to go look at the leaves. And I haven't been up in that area in, probably 40 plus years. So I'm sure just like me, it's changed a little in that time. But I'm going to take my camera along. So if you can point me in the right direction, I'll try and shoot some videos, put it on YouTube and Facebook and things of my little adventures up there. I've been online a little bit. And a lot of antique stuff looking like, like real antique stuff, 200-year-old furniture and very nice high-end stuff. So, in other words, nothing I deal with or know anything about. But if you can get me lined up with something in, I guess, in my wheelhouse with the pop culture collectibles and comics and things, that'd be awesome. Really appreciate it. Just let me know on Facebook. I'm actually flying out right after I make this video, so I'm going to have some limited access, but that would be the easiest way to get a hold of me, and I'll check it as often as I can on that for messages. So hopefully that'll be a lot of fun. And I should have, so I just got a text yesterday. If you guys remember that old Silver Age collection, had the wasp nest on the box and the old boxes without handles, had a lot of water damaged and low grade, Spider-Man, X-Men and stuff in there. So I guess there's 18 more boxes. I'm assuming those funny, they're not half boxes, they're not long boxes, they're kind of in between. So 2/3 boxes. I guess there's about 18 more of those boxes. Don't know what's in there really. Heard there might be a Submariner 1. I'm assuming the 1960s issue, but I don't know. I haven't seen anything. And I guess there's a lot of war titles. I don't know what else is in there. Could be anything with that many comics. I'm expecting probably similar grade. They're all stored together, so I'm guessing you're going to see a lot more low grade stuff, probably some more water damage stuff, but it's still a fun collection. So hopefully I'll have that when I get back. That's one of the first things I'm going to do when I return is set up a time and go up there and look at that collection. So hopefully in a couple of weeks we'll have something new there. Antique mall sales have been really steady. Slowed down a little bit since the Iowa State Fair, so just a quick update on the antique mall booth. That's pretty typical. Back to school time is usually slow. September is almost 90% of the time I've been in antique malls anywhere. September is my worst month. The next one's kind of that May, June. And it should be picking up again. But overall, the antique mall's done really well for me this year. It's been my most steady revenue, I guess, year to year. It hasn't changed much over last year, so that's been nice. And the shows and flea markets. So since we're doing a business update here, the shows and flea markets, they've been kind of just goofy. I don't know how else to explain the flea markets. The attendance has been terrible. I mean, way off, maybe 50 to 70% down, and just walk through traffic on some days. So the sales, of course, have been down pretty much, I want to say about the same. So 50 to 70% off on sales. And I really didn't get anything bought. I got a few things. You saw the videos of them, but I didn't have anything really super duper wow walk in. Although technically that Silver Age collection I just talked about did come from there. It came from another dealer up there in the next building. But I'd known about it beforehand. But that's it. I mean, even if you count that one, I really haven't come up with much. And then the fire truck collection would be the other collection, which I just got on Labor Day. Check that video out. Kind of some fun stuff there. Got a lot of them in the antique mall booth now. Actually, the small ones. So if you're interested and you're in Des Moines, got a lot of the Auburn and the little die cast and the Tonkas in there. I've got 2 shows left. If you're in Des Moines, October 28th and 9th, Myrtle Hay Mall. Okay, that's Quad Cotton Des Moines. That's a free show. So love to see you. Stop by and say hi. And November 4th, Stony Creek Inn in Johnston, Iowa. And that's actually just a little suburb northwest side of Des Moines. So easy to find. Another free show. That's our comic club show. So check that out. We have a charity auction. Well, we don't. So the Iowa Comic Book Club, one of our members passed away and left his entire collection to the club. So the club has put that up on auction. And that's at Auction Gang, 2 words, and that's in Des Moines, Iowa. It ends October 1st, I think. You can go to my web page, Facebook page. There's a link on there to it. And the proceeds are going to his daughter, which is, she's a freshman in college. Maddie's a freshman in college this year. So we're going to take Ron's collection and sell that off and then put the money towards her college tuition and college costs. So if you're interested, it's mainly all modern stuff, probably since 2012, 2015 and newer. But a lot of trade paperbacks, a lot of hardcovers in there, a lot of omnibuy, that's omnibuses, if you will. So some pretty neat stuff. He's got some action figures on it, got some t-shirts, a few toys. There's going to be 2 auctions, so this is just the first one. There'll be another auction later, so I'll post that also on the website and Facebook page and so on. So if you can link to that. And that's kind of it. That's where it's at. I just wanted to make this quick update video, what was going on so far with eBay and Mercari, and I will keep you informed because I am going to be listing a lot more stuff on Mercari, although I am still outside Hail Mary hope that eBay will be eBay once again. I guess we'll find out. I'll let you know. Check out our other videos. Check out our podcast, guys. Check out that auction. Seriously, it's neat stuff, going to a good cause. And, thanks for watching.